Oh, yes, Daddy.
I passed, but I suddenly got better. It really is a bit of, it's a bit of a miracle that I'm here right now. But, so you know what? Let's talk about another film. And this time, maybe not one that's as sad. In this case, we're looking at the film called The Piano Teacher. I like these glasses. I think they're cute. And it also kind of works with this hairstyle, too. Maybe I look like Rita Skeeter from Harry Potter. So this film tells the story of an unmarried piano teacher at a Vienna conservatory living with her mother in a state of emotional and sexual disequilibrium, who enters in a sadomasochist relationship with her student. At first I was going to make a, joke, like, say, hey, maybe, say, since she has, her sexual desires seem kind of, say, prolonged, but then I realized, say, no, don't be making any, don't be making any political things.
Fundamentals of our worldview. A society where boys and girls get married as teenagers and start having kids.
We need these ladies to get married. And it's time to fall in love and just settle down. Guys, go put a ring on it.
Nick, you better get out of my DMs, buddy. Better get out of there. Honestly, I gotta say, after having seen this film, I thought this one was pretty good. This was an erotic tragedy film. I think I can understand why it would be, in that throughout the film, our lead character, Erica, who is a piano teacher, she goes through the course of the film in that she can, basically, she has these desires. She has these sexual, desires, but at the same time, some of them are almost fantasies, but at the same time, she is a bit nervous to even go through them. So, at certain times, she is a piano teacher, so she is having to teach her students about piano, about lessons on how to do certain songs by certain composers, and all that. And as the film goes on, she can understand, say, okay, she lives with a very over-dominating mother. And she basically is, say, okay, she's having to, basically, because what had happened, when she was younger, she could have become a very famous piano player, but that did not happen, and now she is a piano teacher, so, she is, in a way, in herself, kind of miserable of what her circumstances. So, like I said, there is even a moment in which, she is training, a young woman to, say, okay, here's what you need to do to become a great pianist. But, say, one thing that is happening is, she is a bit of a masochist, and, it's, one way, okay, so this is how things need to be, and at the same time, seeing others in a way, hurt. One thing she ends up doing is she breaks a piece of glass and causing putting it in her students' coat jackets, causing that student to hurt her hand, so that student's not able to perform at a concert that she was originally going to. And one thing that is happening is she ends up getting into a relationship with the character of Walter.
Je ferai parvenir mes instructions. Par écrit. Ou de vive voix. Ou peut-être par téléphone.
Trust me on this one. You don't want to know.
Who becomes one of her students, who is a relatively confident young man. At the
Vous n'avez pas envie de sourire, Erika? Hein? Allez! Soyez pas donc si sérieuse, jolie dame.
same time, like, he is trying to figure her out because she is a bit, like, she goes, like, say, okay, like, say, no, like, this is what I want to do, this is how I think we should be doing things, anyway. Like, she even gives him a letter of what she, like, how she wants the relationship to be. And at first, like, he's like, saying,
Nope. Fuck this shit.
nope. We're not going to go there, girl. So, what ends up happening is, like, there's even a moment, like, when she, like, say, okay, I'm sorry, and she tries to make it up with him. And, yeah, she is, I think one of the issues I think, like, one is having for her is in that, like, yes, she has, like, she's basically become a teacher, but at the same time, like, she wasn't able to have her own dreams, or at the same time, her own desires as well. So, in a way, like, her ideas of, like, what would be her happiness have been stunted, along with her desires of what she would, like, give her the idea of, like, say, what a good relationship with another individual would be.
J'arrive, maman!
Because of her bit of, like, her tough relationship that she has going on with her mother. And yeah, I thought this was really good. In a way, like, say, has, like, say, okay, eventually Walter goes crazy and is assaulting her. And at that point, I thought, like, say, okay, like, she ends up having to go to her, like, a performance that she is having to do to play the piano. So, like, she is, I think, what is happening is she ends up hurting herself, and in my perspective, like, say, what is happening is, like, yes, we can get the idea of, like, say, okay, she hurts herself. At the same time, I feel like it's a way, a bit of a call for help, or at the same time, like, try to, like, feel, like, say, okay, uh, can I move on from my predicament? And like, say, do I still have a sense of feeling? After what had happened. And yeah, I thought this was overall a fairly good film. Like, the film flies by relatively quickly, since, like, this is a 2-hour film. At the same time, since this is 2 hours, compared to, like, say, Nymphomaniac, this is a 2-hour film where, like, say, it does not feel like, it's just exhausting. No, like, like, you get understand the perspectives of all these different characters. And at the same time, it's like, say, you kind of want to understand, like, what they all are going through. Also, their own dynamics of how they're feeling with, like, say, things are going on in their lives. So, not too bad. I need to take those off. Like, say, it was getting hard to see for a second there. See ya!